Our Pro CMS kit is actually one of my favorite products that we have. It was designed around my original SCX10-2 that I got, I don't know, whenever they first came out and I was a team driver for Axial. It was actually designed as a result of me trying to build that truck the way that I wanted to. And there were so many little tweaks that I wanted to make that at the time I couldn't. And it resulted in me having to move the body or change things. And it really was not the easiest way to do things. So we designed the kit to make life easier for people that are wanting to change a wheelbase or do an axle swap or something like that. So tonight we are going to install our Pro CMS kit on this original SCX10. I think we will end up having to do some slightly different things. We have the SSD D60's on here. So this may not go exactly according to the instructions, but I think we'll get through it. My name is Patrick Norton. Welcome to the Locked Up RC channel. I am your host. I guess I cut myself off there. I am your host for tonight's show. I guess that's obvious. I don't know. So, on the desktop tonight, we've got, as I said, our original SCX10. This truck had SSD D60's already put in it. There's a lot of things happening with this truck, right? But the main thing that I want to get us through tonight, excuse me, you know, I'm gonna have to have some water. I went out biking today for the first time in a long time. I don't know why I chose today. I guess because it was 80 degrees in December in Texas, and it's supposed to be 40 tomorrow, which is, you know, like snowstorm here basically. So I wanted to get that in, but the allergies have kicked up. And to make it worse, I made the mistake of eating a Reese's peanut butter cup that I found left over from Halloween. And it's not that the peanut butter cup is a month old, because it was. I think the real problem was that it was in a bag with like Twizzlers and mints or something. And I guess their stench or whatever snuck into the peanut butter. It wasn't good. If you find a Reese's peanut butter cup and it's nestled and you're like, oh, look, what a surprise. It's a prize. It's not a prize. It's a trap. Don't eat it. Anyway, so for our SCX10, we are going to start. Well, I guess first of all, how is everyone doing tonight for anyone that's watching? But we're going to start. Oh yeah, no Eric tonight. Very, very sad. We're going to start with taking off the CMS kit that's on here now. It is a Hand Brothers kit. I have not taken this truck apart in a while, so it's going to be probably a dirty mess. But we're going to gain the ability by switching to the Pro CMS kit. We will gain the ability to pick one of two different track bar drop mounts, and that's going to help with the axle centering. Let's see, where are we? So you may see that this axle looks like these springs, everything, the shocks, it's all pointing that way. Of course, as it compresses, it comes a little bit over to the passenger side, but not enough for my taste. So we also had some issues with the steering. As you can see, the servo arm right now is straight. My drag link and track bar are the same length in equal planes, but the knuckles and everything are actually pointing the wrong way. So my hope, is that by installing the SCX10-2 version of our track bar drop mount, well, I can't talk, that we will be able to pull the axle over to the side that we need. So that's what we're going for. But to get that done, we're going to have to kind of take some stuff apart here. We're also going to have to drill some holes. And it should be, super fun. Because like I said, this is just, it's really clean. I did wash the truck, believe it or not. But still, I mean, after years of, well, it's just nasty. I don't know. What's everybody up to tonight? Welcome, Freddie, and welcome, Robert. I guess I should turn on, why do I never remember to turn this on? Or maybe I did have, wait, what's happening? What's going on here? Things are being weird. Oh, there we go. Comments just look a little odd. I've got a weird, what is going on? What have I done? Let's see. There we go. Fix that. I don't know. As I say every week, it's always something different. So I need to take some stuff apart. I need to take this scale hardware out. Let's see. We need to, I can't remember exactly how the Hand Brothers kit mounts, but I'm assuming it is a screw through the shock tower. That's what I seem to remember anyway. Maybe I got too close there. I don't know. It's always a gamble moving the camera around. So I do have, let's see, a couple of scale hex bolts in here. So I'm going to pull that out. That should, I think, loosen the servo a little bit, but it's probably packed tight in there. I have this body back here just to make it look backgroundy, but I don't know. Now it's in the way. So I've got a battery plate in here that may be making this a little bit tighter than I want it. Let me see what else. Or let me see. I may just take this whole. This truck uses some, I'll call them different body mounts. Oh, that's going to be fun to get back in. And apparently that was not the problem. So, took something apart that I didn't need to. Hi, Matthew. How you doing? It is going well. Allergy season, I guess, if you can say. Well, somehow that loosened it. I don't know what I did. It's a little bit looser. For the win. Really, though, what we're going to be taking apart here for the most part is, you know, we shouldn't have to mess with anything on the axle itself in terms of taking things apart. Really, we're just trying to get this plate out. Let's see, I probably will have to, maybe I'll have to loosen the shock. I'm gonna have to take, well, I already loosened it on one side. I'm going to loosen these servo mounts. Oh, this is going to be more of a pain in the ass for me than it would be for most of you guys, because most of you probably don't have a big electronics box sitting up on top of your servo, and most of you haven't cut a whole bunch of wires and done some of the odd little things that I did on this truck when I built it back when I first was getting into the hobby. But we'll see how this goes. Probably need to loosen the drag link so that I can get the servo out. Man, good times. It is my goal to not say woohoo tonight. So if I say woohoo, I don't know, then I'm gonna say boohoo. Is that? It's a Dr. Seuss joke for you. Whoville. Okay, so, all right. I don't actually have to do anything else with taking that off. So my hand. Oh yeah, liquid electrical tape. That's what was on there. That's why it looks so dirty. I don't know if I have found a way to force the camera to zoom on close things, but it's not perfect still. But just a little bit of crud on there. You know, nothing major. Not anything earth-shattering, I guess. So, Hand Brothers kit is partly off, and because, you know, I don't want to be looking at instructions while I'm doing this. I do not have the Pro CMS instructions pulled up in front of me, so I'm gonna just be going off of what I remember from when I made the instructions. It's actually been a while since I've installed one of these kits. I think the last one was, God, what was it on? I don't know. Maybe the VUC. It's been a while. But we'll figure it out. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to want or need to... Oh, there we go. That'll kind of work. So I'm going to want access to this. And I'm going to clean some of this. A lot of this crud is just liquid electrical tape that I used to seal up the electronics box, and then I failed to clean it or anything afterwards. Welcome, Bruce. Okay, so we've got that. What's next? Let's see. So, a couple of pieces here. Actually, I'm going to move this stuff over here in front of me so that this is right there. That probably makes more sense. So this is the Pro CMS servo plate. It is the, I don't know, main component of the kit, I guess you could say. Also inside the kit, you get some spacers and what we call drill guides. And I will show you guys how those work here in just a moment. This is the base hardware that comes with the kit. I probably won't use all of this because I already had a CMS kit in there. So we'll see what happens. And then I have two different trackbar drop mounts, right? So this is the SCX10-2 version that I think is going to work, but I got one of these standard ones just in case we need it. We can compare whatever. So let's see, to get the kit installed. So the fun factor, I guess, of this kit is this plate, right? What happened to the other plate? It's right here. This was a Hand Brothers kit. It's just not adjustable. So I need some adjustment because I need to, so the Hand Brothers kit has, let me do this. Woohoo! I'm going to use this focus thing as much as I can. So the Hand Brothers kit has their trackbar drop milled in, right? So there is nothing that you can adjust. It was built for an original SCX10, which is fine. That's what was out back then. Our kit is very adjustable in terms of where you can put the servo up top. And so once this is in your frame rail, on the outside of your frame rail is the trackbar drop mount. And as you can see, there are lots of different choices for where you can mount it front to back. Because it is a separate item, you also can choose from the SCX10-2 version, which pushes the mount over, or the standard, I guess that's going to be tough to see through the bag, but we'll figure it out, or the standard drop mount that's a little more straight down. So that's what happened to the other plate, I guess, if you will. Oh yeah, much more adjustment. So where were we? So there is some drilling required for installing this. I don't know why it would be too big of a deal for anybody, but hey, it is what it is. To get this mounted, what you want to do, and this is much easier to install on a truck that doesn't have all the crap all over the place like mine does. But essentially what you want to do is you want to bolt this plate on, right? Because it's going to end up on the inside, but we need to, or we want to use this as a template for drilling our holes in the frame. So best case scenario, I guess you could call it, is if you can get screws in from the back, and that actually looks like I've got an extra hole. Oh, maybe that's, oh, that was probably one of the little plastic, I don't know what you call it. Nothing to be worried about. Just more holes in the frame. No, it's, if you can get screws in from the back side, it is easier because then you can just thread the screws into here, and that's what I'm trying to do. But I'm also trying to make it visible for you guys, so it makes it a little bit more challenging, I guess. And I want to make sure I use the right hole. Off the top of my head, I don't remember if I'm supposed to use the front or the back hole, so let me try and line this up and see. Okay, so that hole, and we've got instructions on the website if you do want to buy a Pro CMS kit on exactly how to install it with pictures and all of that. But since I need to install this on this truck anyway, I figured I'd just do one in a video. And there may be some other things that I end up having to adjust with my bumper, the body mounts, all of that stuff. You know, we'll get there. This is a, I don't want to say heavily modified truck, but it's not stock. Okay, so I don't know why I'm quiet when I focus on things. Like it's going to make a difference. I don't know. Maybe it does. There we go. That actually wasn't so bad. So if you're watching this thinking, by God, that man's putting the servo plate on the wrong side of the frame. Oh, look at this. Oh, look, free crud. Yes, I am putting it on the wrong side of the frame, but there's a reason for that. So as you can see now, hopefully, if I can get some light to shine on this. So with the plate on the outside, all of my holes are now lined up, right? So I can use these holes as a template to drill the frame so that when I want to mount this, I have options and I can move it to a couple of different places. Now, while designing this and testing it, I found it's really nice to use these little drill guides that we include with your 1/16 bit. You put it in and it just lets you start a pilot hole without trashing the threads on this plate, because nobody wants that. That's not good. So I'm going to drill a couple of holes. Maybe I should put my drill bit in here straight first. Wow, that looks good, right? Hopefully the bit's sharp, but I brought a second one in case it is dull. So that's one. Actually, I may actually, well, no, it's better to do this. And I don't know exactly where I'm going to end up putting the track bar, so I am going to just drill all the holes. And make a big mess. Actually, I probably don't have to drill all the holes, because now that I think about it, I'm going to end up dropping the track bar pretty close to where this one was. So based on these screw mounts, yeah, I may even be able to, I'm probably only going to use the back two. So let's see, we've got 3 drilled. Whatever, I'll drill one more. Just to show you guys. Okay, so pilot holes are drilled, mess has been made, all that good stuff. So now with the pilot holes in, hope this is still easily visible. With the pilot holes in, I can take the plate off and just drill the holes out the rest of the way. And actually this 5th hole is kind of already part way drilled, but I don't think we're going to end up using it. I think that was from a little standoff that came on one of the stock plastic pieces, but I can't remember. I've done so many different things with this frame. You know, who knows what that's really from. Now, if you have a loose frame, it is even easier to do this, because you can really just bolt the plate in and drill the holes from the back, and kind of, or the pilot holes. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way, you'll end up taking this back off because you're not going to want to drill through the threads on there. If you have a 3mm, so this little bit, ooh, where you are, there you are, is a 1/16. You can use a 1.6 mil. This next step is 1/8, or you could use a 3mm. You may be able to use something else, but I like to use the 1/8 or the 3mm because it just gives you a little bit of room for error, because sometimes I drill imperfect holes and it's nice to have some forgiveness. Well, that bit does not look sharp. Hopefully the other one is, because otherwise I'll have to run downstairs. Nobody wants that. Hey Chris, what's up, man? We are installing our Pro CMS kit on my original SCX10, and it's Monday night. Let's see. Now, one thing you probably want to think about is, as you drill your holes, you may need to go back and deburr the inside. I can definitely feel some stuff back there. I'm probably also rushing the drilling because I want to get this done, but that may end up costing me time. Because instead of having nice clean holes, I've got burrs everywhere. And again, if you know kind of where you're going to put your track bar, you don't have to drill, sorry, you don't have to drill all these extra holes. I am really just drilling the extra holes so that I can show you guys when it is all said and done what your options would be. Let me see. I want to find something to scrape some of this stuff away. What can I use? Zip tie bag. Just gonna, it's clean now if I do this, right? There's not little flecks of metal all over the place waiting to go into my feet. Oh. Plus it's a good sound. No, it's not. No. Okay, so as I mentioned, I don't know if you guys will actually end up getting to see this, but I've got all sorts of little burrs in there that I want to take care of. If I had thought ahead, I would have actually brought just a slightly bigger drill bit and used that, but instead I'm going to use my stabber. X-Acto knife is like the technical term, but anyway, I'm going to try to do this in a manner that allows you guys to see it, but also allows me to see what I'm doing and not stab myself. This is, there we go. Okay, that'll be better. Or, well, yeah. So if you have like the next size or two up drill bit, you could just come in from the back and clean this out much more easily than what I'm doing, but I don't have anyone here to help me tonight. And running all the way down there for a drill bit, just not happening. I brought up the tools that I thought I would need, and I was wrong. It's actually hot in here tonight. And I do want to get as much of the crud out of here as I can because our plate sits inside the frame rail. This may actually be got all these little chunks of metal flying around. This is a good time to talk about safety goggles. Wear them. Don't do what I'm doing. Man, it is like, it is hot in here. May have to turn the fan on. Okay, I've got a good bit of this stuff out. I mean, I can always come back later. That's just maybe a couple of pieces falling off the truck. Not a big deal. I don't want to use my hand for that because then I'll just be stabbing bits of metal into my hand, which doesn't ever feel good. Now I'm going to turn the fan on. Let's see. Oh yeah. Whew. Actually got sweaty. Guys are working me to death, man. What's going on, people? Sorry, I'm slacking on the comments. Drill sounds tired. Dull drill bit, yes, definitely. And tired drill, oh yeah, that's like the first cordless drill that I ever got. And this is a replacement. I'm sure there's some misspellings on the verbiage on the bottom of the battery. But I smoke the motor on it like all the time. That's just my, I don't know. It won't die. I keep telling myself to buy like an all new set of everything, but I just can't bring myself to spend the money while it still spins. So whatever, it's fine. We're good. Let's see. So hopefully this will go in enough. I was not able to do a perfect job deburring, but everything should. Actually, I may be able to get some of that stuff from this side too. Where'd you go, stabber? Oh, that's safe. Should come on right out. Don't need to stay in there for anything. How are we on time? Oh man, look at this time. 26 minutes? Nobody says anything to me? 26 minutes. That means it's time for something. Yep, it's time for the dad joke of the week. Today, my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" I burst into tears. 11 years old and he still doesn't know my name is Patrick? Should I explain these? No. I don't write them. I just find them and share them. Clutch sounded like it was slipping. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that drill is beaten and like, let's see, when did this come out? Will it say on here? UL listed, serial number. No. I'm going to guess this thing is about 10 years old. I don't know though. I base that on absolutely nothing. That's why it's a guess. Let's see. So we're going to have to put some stuff back together. So, man, I need to replace my little inner wheel wells. I think, what did I make those out of originally? Yeah, they are falling apart. I think this was, what is that? I don't know. That may have been like CD booklet material, I think. The hard sides that go in those old Case Logic cases. I think I cut some of that out. I think that's what this is. I could be wrong. Let's see. We need to put our, let's see, shocks back. We can do that. So that will be step one. Anytime I say step one, I either think collect underpants or get a box. What's wrong with me? Somebody tell me I'm not the only one that thinks that kind of stuff. It'll make me feel better. Okay, so just make sure everything lines up. So you should be able to see all the holes cutting through for the most part. Yeah, good to go. Some of this is going to require me to remember how the heck I put all this together. Oh, that was I don't want to deal with that. Sometimes I wish I wouldn't take things apart. So this is an extra step that I am having to do because of the way that I configured the body mounts on this truck. This is not something that you guys would have to do. How did I get this in before? Oh, I remember this not being fun now that I think about it. We may get lucky. Woo. Oh, I said woo. Damn it. Curses. No, I don't know. So actually, I'm going to loosen this up a little bit just so that I can get this in. And this will probably compress whatever is left of any burrs in there. That's my hope. Because if not, they'll get in the way of my threads and then I'll have to go back. Yeah, we did an okay job. So one thing is that, let's see. To mount should go right in there. Now, if I wanted to move the track bar back, I would need to customize these shock loops. But hey, I don't think I'm going to want to do that. So we should be good with what we have. I don't remember what screws to use. I'm just going to grab two. Now, normally, if you were installing this on a regular SCX10, you would need to do some work inside the housing. And I say 10, I don't mean a 10-2 because the axles are different, so they use different parts. The 10-2 kit actually requires less because there's already a track bar mount on there, on the axle. Let's see. There we go. It probably would have been smarter to attach the servo to the plate before I put it in, but no one has ever accused me of doing things perfectly all the time, so let's see what kind of fun this will be. Again, if you didn't have a big giant obnoxious electronics box like I have, this would be super easy. Also, if you don't have a big winch line pipe running up, makes it easier. But hey, it came out, so it'll go in eventually. Let me see. I'm going to try to figure out kind of where I will want the servo to be. One, because I want to make sure I miss the track bar mount. And two, because now that I can move the servo around, I can try at least to make sure that I am lining up the servo arm with the knuckles a little bit better than it might have been before. I am, because again, specific to my build, the way that I have this battery plate in there, it's all just really tight with this plate. Okay. So it is fighting me a little bit, but again, if you don't have that winch plate up there like I do, you won't have this problem. I am going to move the servo up a little bit so that it will, that's a big servo arm, but hopefully it will clear this mount a little bit better. And you can actually see where the arm used to rub on the chassis. So this is a big fat servo arm. So we may end up replacing the servo arm with one of our servo arms because they are a little bit smaller, I think. Okay. Yes. The fight is half the fight is half the fun. Sometimes. No, I don't know. Here we go. Okay. Got one in. I'm going to leave it loose so that I can get to this other side real quick. Like I said, if I had followed the directions, probably wouldn't be having to take this back apart and redo things. But, you know, sometimes you just don't follow directions. Anybody? For anybody that has ever seen the movie Blazing Saddles, every single time I go to put a screw in and I'm having a hard time, I think about that movie, and I think about the part where Hedley Lamar is trying to get the governor to sign a contract and then put the pen like back in the pen holder, and he's like nearsighted or something. I don't know. Oh. And so he can't get it in. And so Hedley Lamar says, just think of your girlfriend. That's not appropriate. I know. But whatever. America. That's what. I may need to loosen these servo mounts because I think this servo is, this is one of those Protex, and it's just a little bit, I want to say, bigger than what I originally designed this for. Not a whole lot, but if I can scooch these servo mounts in a little bit, that should help my cause. There we go. Well, I can't get to one of the screws, but that's probably loose enough to allow me what I need, give me what I need, whatever. Whatever. Well, this is just like a fun spaghetti monster. Yeah, there we go. So easy enough to get everything to fit. Sometimes you just have to loosen things and retighten them in a specific order so that things fall into place. Not too big a deal. Whatever. Yeah, so we're definitely going to want to change out the servo arm, but that's okay. That's not our servo arm anyway, so how dare I run that on my truck? Whatever you guys may think, I run lots of parts from lots of different people on all my trucks because I've acquired these over the years and didn't always have the catalog of parts that we now offer. Yes. You'll find out. You'll see in a little while. I'm thinking ahead. I shouldn't focus on the moment, not think about ahead. I don't know. Okay, so that's in. Let me get the track bar mounted. I don't know what screw I was using for that. Probably one of these. I have two of them. Hey, go on your home. Are you too good for your home? Man, I'm just like full of movie quotes tonight. I don't mean to be that way. Anybody see the trailer for the new Ghostbusters? What do you guys think? I am hopefully, wait, is that right? I'm optimistic? I don't know. Cautiously optimistic. That's what I'm looking for. I think it could, I mean, it's gonna be better than the whatever horrific monstrosity they came out with a couple of years ago. But even if it's only as good as the Ghostbusters 2, which wasn't great, but I don't think it was as bad as people thought. It's just the first Ghostbusters was so good. I still think it'll be acceptable, I guess. And I do think that Paul Rudd probably has the ability to, I don't know, do some justice to some of the older guys. I mean, you know, no one could ever replace Bill Murray or Dan Aykroyd, but you know, I don't know. Okay, so I think when we talked about this before, we said we thought it would pull it over. Is there a benefit to having high clearance links on just the rear axle? Why not front also? Well, there's a benefit, and it's that you have high clearance links on the rear. Why don't I have them in the front? I just never got around to it. For a lot of the terrain and the competitions that I was running in Texas when I was using this truck for the most part, it just never really seemed necessary, I guess, to have high clearance links in the front. I always felt like because this truck was so heavy, I could just bump over objects, and having high clearance right here didn't seem to be a requirement. But in the rear, yeah, definitely helpful. So let's see, what's the best way to let you guys see this? So the axle is definitely a little bit more centered now because remember we pushed everything over. Our steering looks a little bit straighter, and the servo is still not perfect, but I think it's better. You also have to remember that this truck is an SCX10 with an SCX10-2 drop bracket and SSD D60 axles. So the axles and their track bar location were not part of the design when we made this kit. So I need a mute button for when I do that. Anyway, but I'm actually pretty happy with it. We've got good, like everything seems to be lining up well. We have good lineup? I don't know. We have good planar activity. There's a technical word. Someone could probably put it in there for me. But it looks like with our drag link and our track bar, the same length, everything seems to be on the same plane. Like I said, the only thing that I see is a downfall right now is that the servo horn is, I guess that is the passenger side, just a little bit. But remember, that's only because SSD, I think, has their own CMS kit that is intended to work with this axle. If I wanted this to be perfect, I could take the servo and put some spacers between our plate and the servo mounts, and that would move the servo over just a little bit, and that would help straighten the arm out. So I'm gonna call this a win. I'm actually pretty happy. I've got a CMS kit. I've got good clearance. The track bar sneaks right behind the servo horn. I don't know how much of this you guys can see, but the tie rod and the drag link are not conflicting. Man, everything, it's actually turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy. So if anybody has any questions on that, let me know. Welcome, Justin. You joined us just in time for the news. So in the news this week, anybody want to guess what it is? It's not really the biggest news item. I will say that I felt like my news ticker was a little slow this week. Tesla Model 3 from Connecticut. Driver had it on autopilot and did what no one ever wants to do, ran into the back of a cop that was helping a stranded motorist on the side of the road. smashed up both cars, and then pushed the police car into the car that was originally stranded. I hope that makes sense. So I guess, note to self, he said he turned around to check on his dog in the back seat. Look, I don't have a self-driving car, so I don't know what that's like, but I just can't imagine that that's a natural feeling to just turn around for long enough that you can't see what's coming at all. And I know Tesla says you're supposed to keep your hands on the wheel. I don't know. The next thing I came across is TRX4 related. So if you go to the Traxxas website, they have a pretty cool, I'll call it, video out for their new Mercedes version. I want to say they call it the Winter Wonderland. You know, hey, if you're looking to kill some time and watch a video of a TRX4 play in the snow, then go over to Traxxas.com and give it a watch. So, back to this. Frank, you need more light to see what you're doing. Yeah, it's kind of a... lighting in here has always been a difficult thing because if we overlight everything, it will wash out everything and then you can't see anything. So it's partly lighting, but it's also partly just, you know, we also don't have $1 million cameras in here. This is a budget show. But let me turn this light up, see if that will help. I'm trying to keep the light out of that picture. So hopefully this gives you guys a better idea of how everything looks. There are some better pictures, I think, on our website with things put together. But just keep in mind, as I said, this is an SSD D60 axle. And the mount is, I'll say, similar in terms of spacing to an SCX10-2. That's why I chose to use the SCX10-2 drop mount over here. And I guess something else I didn't really think about is this truck has been through hell. So the chances that this chassis is straight is like, no, it's not even little. There isn't one. So anyway, but yeah, I'm like I said, I'm happy with the way everything came together. It's hard to get. It's not just about the amount of light. It's having it in the right place. And it's just really difficult to get cameras and everything lined up just perfectly. But I'm happy with my drag link kind of sneaks in right behind the tie rod under compression. So that's good. We do have full compression on. Oh, and I do have an SCX10-2 track bar in here. That was the other thing. So if you were trying to do this particular conversion, keep that in mind. This is a 10-2 track bar, which is also why it doesn't line up with the housing, but everything still clears because we don't have a big giant hoop on top of the axle like we had with the stock axle. So I could replace this track bar. We have a straight version. I don't remember the exact length, but we have a couple different versions. So yeah, all in all, I'm actually really happy with this. So because I am super particular, I will probably get in at some point, trim down this little plate that I have my servo winch line going through. It's held on by boogers and who knows, so that I can space the servo over just a little bit, because I want just that little bit. And when I do that, I will change out this servo arm for one of our servo arms because I think it will clear the chassis over here a little bit better. So that is where we are with that. Yeah, so D60's on our SCX10. I look for just chunks falling off. I look forward to driving that. Let me see. It's, you know, the other thing about the lighting is that this monitor, because there's so much lighting around me, and I know it doesn't look like it because everything behind me is dark, but there is so much lighting right here in front of me that it's actually hard to distinguish what is well lit up for you guys versus what's well lit up for me. But anyway, I do what I can. I always appreciate the input. Let's see. Yeah, you're welcome, Frank. I always try to help. One thing I actually really want to do in here is get a better camera because, you know, we're streaming with webcams. It's not the most clear. It's not super high resolution. I mean, the little sensor in there is, you know, this big compared to what a DSLR. That's monstrous. I don't know. Even a crop sensor camera. That's actually on my personal Christmas list, is a crop camera. And yes, I will use it in here for this. But that'll be a whole nother ball of wax. I'll be torn between, letting you guys see me in full vivid color and resolution, or this stuff. And it'll probably be this stuff, because nobody really cares about looking at me. Although I do hope everyone likes my shirt. Let's see. What do we got next? So this was actually we got done earlier than I anticipated. This was actually really the only thing. Just checking to see if it's done. This was the only thing that I had lined up to do tonight. So we've actually gone through things a little bit faster than I anticipated. I thought I'd have more headaches than that. I thought I'd have to, I don't know, cut some stuff, whatever. Even with the crappy drill bit, that went pretty quickly. So I am happy. So now there's actually something new that I have for you guys. So if you are a customer of ours, I would say, let's see, how do I do this? What's the best way to do this? Sometimes I have to think about things and just let the music play. I'm going to put you guys on pause for a second, because I'm going to go turn around and do something. And I will be back in about 2 minutes. Okay, maybe it was 2 minutes, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. But for those of you that stuck around, got something a little new. I'm on the wrong setting in here, whatever. What did I do? Messed up my stool. So, been trying to think of a way to thank those of you that watch beyond just, hey, share our video and like our page and whatever. So we've got something new. Dun, 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 dun. So you're looking at this and you're thinking, what the heck is HUT 450? What's a flash coupon? Flash coupon is going to be a new way for me to, I don't want to say give you guys stuff, because it's not really a giveaway, but if you think about Black Friday and let's say, I don't know, Target or JCPenney or Macy's or whatever, they have these things called doorbusters, right? So doorbuster is, hey, we're going to sell whatever, this like 84 million inch television for like $20. But you have to get here at 3 a.m. and 2 days before we open, and sleep in a sleeping bag and poo in a bucket and all. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. If you go to our website and you use the code HUT450 and you add a t-shirt to your cart, you're going to get it for free. The only catch is that this is a flash coupon. So just like a doorbuster, this is limited, super limited on how many people can use it. So if you've ever been on our website and you've got an account, I suggest ignoring anything else that I say, running over there, adding a shirt to your cart first, then add the coupon and check out as fast as you can. Because even if you add a t-shirt to your cart and somebody else beats you to it, like, I can't help you. It's limited coupon, flash coupon. That's our new thing. I hope you guys will have some fun with that. I do intend on having some fun with it myself, and we will do some weird and different things as the weeks go on. But for this week, it's a free t-shirt. So, got that out of the way. Hopefully that doesn't give anybody, I don't know, FOMO nightmares when they watch the replay of this video. Actually, maybe it should. Welcome, Eric. Welcome, Trevor. Or Trevor, you may have already joined. I don't know. Why does it only tell me when certain people join? Does it only tell me the people that are my Facebook friends when they join? Is that how this works? I'm wondering. If anybody knows, educate me. Anyway, since we've got the truck done before I anticipated, I'm looking forward to getting everything back together. driving it. I will update you guys after I tweak the servo location, because I think that's pretty easy to figure out. So we're going through like the bits here real quick. I probably need to set timers for myself to make sure I do these on time instead of saving them all to the end, but whatever, it's fine. It's time for the question of the week. Question of the week this week is actually pretty simple. Where's my order? I get this question. I'm not going to say all the time, occasionally, every now and then, whatever. The first thing that I want to let everyone know is if you place an order with us, you are sent an email to the email address that you use that tells you your order number, everything you ordered, and what you paid for it, right? You should get that with every single order. If you don't get that, please check your spam folder. Please check your junk. I don't know. Maybe your girlfriend logged into your email because she doesn't trust you and she opened our email so it doesn't show up as new. Something happened. But I guarantee you, we sent the email. It is a system-generated thing, and it's on like a RAID array, and all, I mean, like, the emails go out. So if you don't get our emails, you know, something's happening. Add us to your safe senders list, please, lockeduprc.com. Having said that, maybe you are, I don't know, maybe you're out of town and you want to know where your junk is because, I don't know, you're out of town, you don't have access to your email, but you have access to an internet browser. You can come to our website, log into your account, and I will mention right now that I am logged into a test account. So some of the information in here is going to look weird, and that's fine. But if you want to see where your stuff is, go to our website, log into your account, click your account page. Oh, see, log into the account. Click the account page, and it will show you all of your orders. It will show you if you have saved carts, if you're shipping stuff to different addresses, if you have a store credit. So, hey, maybe you ordered 2 orders within 30 minutes of each other and we combined the shipping and we gave you a store credit and you didn't know about it. You can see it right there. But the important part of this, for this question, is where's my order? Here's your order. It's going to list the date, how much it was, all of that stuff. You can click on view details, and the view details will give you specific information on that particular order, everything you need to know, including a tracking number. Now this says shipped 11/18/2019 and ordered 4/12. That is not indicative of the level of service that we provide. This is a test account. I threw this number in here just so that it would have updated tracking information, because after, I want to say, like 90 days, USPS takes that tracking number and kind of wipes the memory off of it. So if you click on that, this page is actually going to go and talk to USPS.com. It's going to tell you where your package has been, if a shipping label was created, when it was accepted, all of that stuff, all the way up until it is delivered at your PO box. Now, if you get into your to our site in your account and you track your order and it's like gotten all the way to here, but it doesn't have this stuff down here yet, and you send us a ticket and say, where's my stuff? This is going to be all the information that we have, because this is all the information that USPS is providing to anyone outside of their little, not little, outside of the people, in USPS. I know they have another way to actually track stuff. It's a different system or something, maybe. I know they've been able to kind of locate things more so than we can with this, but this is what you get on USPS.com. Now, if you want, you can take this tracking number, go over to USPS.com and sign up for email and text notifications and all sorts of stuff. I actually recommend that you get on USPS.com, make yourself a free account. You can sign up for, I think it's like, I don't know what they call it, but essentially it will send you an email every morning with the mail and the packages that are going to show up at your house with pictures of them. It's actually pretty cool. So I hope that this helps. If you do get to this page And this says November 20th, and it is December, whatever today is, the 9th. So maybe nothing else is down here and it's been a long time. At that point, we absolutely do want to submit an inquiry for you. That can take time with USPS, but we do everything we can to make sure you guys get your stuff. I always encourage everyone to get insurance. It's a good idea, but it's not forced on you. So I hope this helps you guys figure out a little bit more about how to use our website. That's all I've got. We got the truck. We got our CMS kit installed. That was the goal tonight. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I thought it would be more of a battle, although I feel like I probably need to go back and watch some of the other videos because I'm sure there are things in here that I was like, yeah, I'll tighten that later. And then I probably haven't. I don't know what they were. That could have been one of the other trucks. I don't know. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I'm just checking comments real quick here. Informed delivery. Yes, that is exactly what it is called. Thank you. It's Facebook friends. Yes. See, Eric, you need to join earlier. Now I've got 2 Erics in here. I need both of you in here every Monday at 8 p.m. Again, my name is Patrick Norton. Thank you for watching the Locked Up RC channel. We will see you guys next week.